Hey everybody, here we are tonight. We are in the library here on the Adonia, and we are coming to you for our Q&A session. We're a few minutes late. We were getting dressed for dinner because we're going straight to dinner after this. So we're hoping to see some people pop in and ask us some questions about our day. Today we visited Choctaw.
Is anyone even watching?
I don't see anybody yet, but I'm sure they'll be here.
And this will be on video.
It will. We visited Choctaw, which is a ladies' cooperative in Altamira, which is in the hills, and they make artisan chocolates there. We did lots of things from sort the cocoa beans to removing the shells from the nibs, and we even got to mold some of the chocolate, and we did lots of different things there today.
Separated.
And this one over here ate the chocolate and got the chocolate
And we
all over her.
the corn for that corn stuff.
Oh yeah, we tried something else, con something, and it was like a cornmeal mixed with sugar, and it's a type of cereal that they eat, and it was very interesting as well.
And so they make that too.
They make that too. And so we are bringing back chocolate bars as souvenirs for those that are interested in having one of those. Hunt us down when we get home, and we'll be happy to get one of those in your hands. They were very, very good. McKinley was given a free one today, and it was in her mouth as quickly as she could unwrap the wrapper.
Melting. I had to.
She keeps saying it was because it was melting, but I think it was because it was chocolate. And then at the end of the day that we spent with the ladies of the chocolate factory, we were treated to a traditional Dominican meal, and it was very, very good. McKinley loved it very much.
I love the rice.
Pork and rice, and then we had some stewed eggplant, and then some vegetables on the side, and then some red beans, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And we of course enjoyed our day again with the ladies there in Altamira, and working with them. Now this co-op is a little more developed than the one of Reeb. Yeah, that means somebody liked it. This one is a little more developed than the one in Reeb Papel that we saw right in Puerto Plata yesterday.
They have lots of machines.
Right. So these ladies are a little further into their business. Their chocolate bars are actually being sold in supermarkets and other places around the Dominican Republic. Now, the neat thing about these co-ops is it allows these women to work in their communities.
Why does it do it right on my nose?
It just does. And they don't have to go and find work in the bigger cities. Without these cooperatives, the women leave their children, sometimes alone, in the local community while they go and look for work as housemaids or hotel maids or other things in the bigger cities like Puerto Plata or Punta Cana or some of those places. And so they're separated from their children, and these cooperatives allow them to have income and stay right there in their community. And the one that we saw today, some of them had their fathers and their husbands involved to do the heavy lifting. They had hundreds and hundreds of pounds of cocoa beans coming in. The cocoa beans just grow everywhere in Altamira, all over the place. And the townspeople harvest them and dry them and then sell them to the cooperative. So everybody is making some kind of profit and income from what's going on in that area. And so it's really a fantastic kind of deal that they have going on. And they have keys? Oh, they wind up. McKinley's playing with things here in the library. We're in the library here on the Adonia, and you can see they have a fireplace and they have some nice bookcases, and you can check out books and board games and lots of other things, and we've really enjoyed the library while we're here. So we said, this is one of the robots she's been eyeing.
There's a key.
All week, so I'm sure we're about to play with him. So we said that we would join everybody for Q&A tonight. So if you have some questions about our adventure this week, please feel free to go ahead and type them in. We have a place down at the bottom on our live feed where we can see everybody that's joined in, and we would love to answer your questions about our journey on the Adonia and our journey here in the Dominican Republic.
7 people
We've been really blessed to be able to do this, not so much as tourists, but really be able to go out into the communities and mix with the people, the population, and do things with them and interact and learn things about their culture. We've learned songs and we've learned traditional greetings. We've been kissed on the cheek more times than I can count, because that is the traditional greeting for a woman, especially woman to woman and woman to child. McKinley's been kissed and hugged almost until she doesn't know what to do with it anymore. So tomorrow's agenda, we're actually going to get up and do some reforestation efforts. And so we'll be planting trees. And my husband has joked with me all week about, do I even know what end of the shovel to put into the ground? And
I'm good at planting stuff.
She probably knows and I probably don't. But we're going to go get dirty and we're going to give it a whirl. And we're going to see what happens. So it's really been an amazing adventure. I know I keep saying that over and over and over and over again. This is certainly a different kind of travel. If you're looking for a vacation that would be extraordinarily meaningful for you and your family, something out of the ordinary and something very different, Fathom Cruises would definitely be that. It would fit the bill perfectly. It really gives you the opportunity to do something with your vacation time. No questions so far. I think everybody just kind of enjoys what we have to say. We've made a lot of videos so far. If you haven't seen them all, please go back and take a look and learn about the rest of our adventures. We've had a great time. I wish we could go live while we're in the city, but I don't have any Wi-Fi or any data anywhere else on the island. I do have my phone, but I'm limited to texting and voice only, so there's no way for me to, other than to take some video and upload it later, there's no way for me to go live or show you any of those kinds of things on the island. So I do have some picture from today's activities earlier that I will post later from the chocolate factory that you can see. So you can kind of get an opportunity of that, and I'll take lots of pictures.
Most of them are me.
Most of them are McKinley, arm deep in chocolate. She was trying to put the chocolate into the formations today, and as she was spreading them, there was just chocolate everywhere, and I think she was a little bit happy about that. So,
I can hear you. Ooh, it's a flower.
So it's been a very special opportunity for both of us. Yeah, Crystal, chocolate, and it's very good chocolate. The beans are grown right there locally, and most of them grow wild, and they grow next to avocado and mango and green beans. All of the plants grow together just in people's yards, just all together. Like you just walk up and, you pick what you want and it's there. And then there are chickens just running around everywhere. Like the whole ecosystem is just fresh and organic. And they were joking with us earlier. We were talking about chickens and eggs and things, and they were talking about pollo gringos and our chickens, the United States, and how ours have antibiotics and hormones and things like that, and theirs don't. And so it was a funny opportunity to talk with them about their free-range chickens, who are truly free-range because they are just all over the place. And you'll find a random donkey on the side of the road. And I took a picture that I will post later for you guys to look at as our bus was going through the hills to Altamira. We were behind a herd of cows. We had to wait for the cows to get out of the way.
Someone, though.
Yeah, their
They
handler
weren't wild.
was with them, but we had to wait our turn so that the cows
It had a sign. It had
could
cows.
get out of the way. Otherwise, our bus couldn't pass. And so it was very, we've seen some very interesting things, which you won't see when you're just at a resort. So, it's given us a different opportunity to see things and to have some great experience. Still no questions. Nobody wants to ask McKinley anything? I know she really wants to answer our questions. So, okay.
Nothing's gonna. If you have a question, you better ask now because we're about to end it.
Yeah, McKinley's starving. She made me get up off the bed because I was kind of snoozing a little bit. These past couple of days have been super tiring. We've worked super hard. A lot harder than we work at home, that's for sure. And so we're really sleepy. It's not very late here. It's about 7:30, and we're gonna eat and go to bed because we have an early morning tomorrow.
I ain't gonna eat and go to bed.
This one says she's not, but promise me she is, because we got up really early this morning. And we have to get up really early again tomorrow morning to go plant the trees. And then the ship leaves at about 12:30 to head back to Miami. And sadly,
you even done any tour or anything of the library?
I don't think I did a tour of the library. But it's a library. We can do a tour in a moment. So the boat leaves tomorrow about 12:30 for Miami. So McKinley, do you want to learn Spanish when you get back home? Yes. Sandy, McKinley has decided that she wants to cease her learning of German, and she's going to
know a whole bunch of
she's
Spanish.
going to begin Spanish. She has picked up quite a bit of Spanish since she's been here, and she's kind of proud of that. She's been exercising her Spanish skills while she's been here. So Charles wants to know, TB, how did you feel to teach the kids how to count in English? How was that?
Fun.
Yeah?
Because then they also helped me learn like past 10 in Spanish numbers.
Yeah, so they were helping her as she was helping them. It was mutually beneficial. We would ask them words in Spanish, and we would tell them words in English. So it was mutually beneficial for everybody involved. And so I think it was even more special to her today when we went and dropped off the books that we brought. We had to take them to the Impact Center, and they asked us which school we'd like for them to go to. And we said that we wanted them to go to El Coupe, which was the school that we were at. And, now McKinley knows children that are there. So Alex wants to know, are you going to write to your new Dominican Republic friends when you get back? So I'm sure we can probably find a way to get letters to El Coupe, and they would enjoy that. Jill says, hola. What would you say to her?
Hola.
And you say, hola. Ask her how she is.
Como esta?
So she wants to know how you are, Jill. And so Crystal says, I hope this adventure lets you always be humble. How awesome that you get to see all of that in different cultures. Crystal, has made us very humble. The opportunities that we have in the United States, and not just the physical things that we have, but the opportunities that we have for our children to go to school and things like that, we're very blessed with that. In some of the villages that we saw today, the children are just at home during the day. Not everybody has the opportunity to go to school. And some of our guides were telling us today they were appreciative of being able to be a guide on the tour because it helps them pay for university. And so their parents don't have to. So Jill has responded to you, muy bien, gracias.
And how you say it?
And you say de nada, which means you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wow, we have so many people joining us tonight. So that's really great. And the very, very first video we made when we were actually just boarding the Adonia, before we did any impact activities and before we did anything interesting, has almost gotten 5,000 views, which I don't know how that happened. So people are watching these videos, and I'm not really sure why. So that's kind of strange to both of us that so many people are
Not a thing that says.
Yeah, it says people are tuning in. 10 people are watching us. So that people are interested in what we're doing. And I think that's great. Like I've said before, this ship is, it's only half full.
11.
There's only 300 people on here right now, and the ship holds 700. So actually it's a little less than half. And it's such an amazing opportunity.
Don't cry.
I'm not going to cry today. The Adonia Fathom Cruises will take you to both the Dominican Republic and to Cuba.
It's been to Cuba once.
It has been to Cuba once.
Dominican
Twice. So you have the opportunity to go and do these same kind of impact activities in Cuba. Jill says she watches because she's fascinated with our trip. I'm glad. I want people to be fascinated. Alex wants to know, what is our favorite activity of the whole trip? What was your favorite activity?
Paper.
Me too. Riz Papel, I think, was our favorite. I was enchanted by the women there. They're working with so little, right in the middle of the city. They take paper. Oh, there's Gran. They take paper that has been
happy now?
donated to them from businesses, and they rip it apart, and they put all the paper with white space in one tub and all the paper with writing on it in another tub.
And with the writing paper, they make colored paper so you can't see the writing.
Right.
And with the white paper, they just make other.
Nope. Gran says, hey, it's Gran.
I see you.
Yeah, she sees you, Gran. And they use fruits and things like that to color the colored paper. And then, they wash the paper in a washing machine, like just a regular washing machine, which is kind of a luxury for them because everybody's doing their actual laundry, not in a washing machine, like in a tub with a scrub board. So they wash the paper in the washing machine, and then they grind it up in a blender.
And then they, they have, this whole, table. It has, the grinded up paper in it. And it has, these trays. It's like a net with a lid thing on it. And you put it in the table, and you swish it around, and you take it out, and you go and you set it up, and then you fold it over, and you pat on it, and then you lift it up, and there's a piece of paper, and then they let it air dry outside, and they roll it out, and then it's done.
Yeah, and they roll the wrinkles out like with a peanut butter jar or a lead pipe. And so it's all very much handmade, and the women are singing and they're chanting and they're doing all these things because this activity, this business is so meaningful for them. It's producing income that they couldn't otherwise have. So Gran wants to know, did you make chocolate today? Yes, she made chocolate today, Gran. She wore chocolate today. She had it all over her body.
We are bringing back one.
Yeah, she has one special for you. So she's got lots of chocolate bars that she's bringing home. So that was definitely, the paper was, I think, our favorite impact activity so far. So anybody else have any other questions for us before we go and have our dinner for the evening? And then we're going to come back to the library, and we are going to play Connect 4. We've been playing a lot of Connect 4. We've been having a major battle between the two of us. And then we'll walk around the ship and see if there are any other activities. I believe there is a bachata class tonight, which is a dance class. And we've not made it to some of the other dance classes this trip. Oh, I just turned it around on her. She's not dancing anymore. So I think we'll do a little more dancing tonight. And
Thank you. You're welcome.
And that will de nada.
De nada.
So that will probably be the end of our night, and then we're gonna go to bed so we can go plant some trees tomorrow. So and then we'll come back tomorrow and tell you how the tree planting went, and then our boat leaves tomorrow at 12:30. I think you're allowed to wind it up. The books went great. We dropped them off at the Impact Center this morning. We were not allowed to take them to the school because, oh, he does move. Yeah, I will in just a minute. They wanted to make sure that the books were evenly distributed so that they could distribute them to all the children in the schools and not just the children that we came in contact with. So we took those today. We filled out a donation slip and everything. And so it was very exciting to go and do that after we had worked with the children to know that where they would go, because when we were at the school we saw their library, and like I said in the previous video, it was a pretty sad excuse for a library. So we were happy to donate those. So she's playing with the little robots now. She figured out how to wind them up and make them go. So this video has gone on pretty long. People are going to be tired of listening to me drone on and on and on. So we are going to go visit McKinley's BFFs in the dining room, Anand and Jason. I'm certain they're going to want to bring her all the desserts again this evening. So we are on our way to dinner, and we will see everybody tomorrow. So have a good evening from both of us.
How about the books?
Yeah, I just told her about the books.
Oh.
So we will see everybody tomorrow, and have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
No. Adios.
Adios.